everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Dr. Wright Breaks It Down for You. My name is Jessica, and I'm here, as always, with my dad, Dr. Wright. Hey, Dad.
Hi, Jessica.
So this week's topic is kind of gross, but I think it's really important to talk about. A couple weeks ago, I noticed I had these strange sores in my mouth. They're white and they're really sensitive. At first, I kind of panicked and thought that they were something really serious, but they went away pretty soon. So I was just wondering, are these canker sores? Which I've heard something about ads on TV. Is that what they were? And if so, what's the story with those?
You know, Jessica, more than likely it was. Up to 50% of the people in the United States, between the ages of about 10 to about 25, get canker sores. They last about 2 weeks and they hurt. They're located inside your gums or on the side of your tongue, and they really can hurt a great deal. They're typically white and they have a little bit of a red halo around the outside.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly what it looked like. Are they the ones that are contagious? Because I know that there are some sores that are really contagious.
No, they're not. Not at all. Canker sores are not contagious. You can't spread them by kissing or sharing food. However, you got to differentiate those from what's called cold sores. Now, cold sores are located typically on the outside of your lips, and those are caused by a thing called herpes simplex virus, and those can be passed person to person. Those are on the outside, and they have a tendency to look a little more crusty. What we're talking about here is things on the inside of your mouth that are white. They go away in about 2 weeks, and they are called canker sores, and they can be very, very painful.
So what causes canker sores?
You know, no one really knows exactly. They think it's a virus. They think it might be an infection. Like most things, more than likely, it's a combination of the two. And so when you deal with them, you got to take both those things into account. Women get canker sores, as a matter of fact, twice as often as men do. Sorry.
Oh, wow. So how does it start?
Well, typically there's a breakdown in the gum tissue on some level. Now, the breakdown can be a corn chip, or maybe you brushed too hard with your toothbrush, or you slipped and you put a little gouge in your gum. That can cause the start of a canker sore because you've broken down the integrity of the gum tissue.
Oh.
On the other hand, it can also be caused by stress, or not taking the right vitamins, or maybe using the wrong toothpaste. Any of these things can weaken or damage the gum tissue.
What do you mean using the wrong toothpaste?
Well, some toothpastes are pretty harsh, and they have a tendency to dry out the gum tissue. There's a chemical called sodium lauryl sulfate in toothpaste. And some scientists believe that 90% of all canker sores are because of the fact this strong detergent is inside the toothpaste. It really doesn't do anything to clean your teeth, but what it does is it dries out your gums. One time I was working on a car and I had gotten grease all over my hands, so I used a strong detergent to wash my hands. I left a little soap on my hands. I didn't realize it. Well, sure enough, about 4 or 5 hours later, boy, my knuckles just were burning because there was some soap left. And, you know, it almost caused cracking in my knuckles. The same thing happens to your gum tissue. The soap is so strong from the detergent in the toothpaste that it causes a dehydration of the gums, and then they're more susceptible to the infections, bacterial and viral, that cause canker sores.
Wow. What can you do to keep from getting these canker sores?
Well, there's an old saying, your eyes are a window to your soul, but your mouth is a window to your health. And that's really true. If you're getting a lot of canker sores, you've got to start saying, okay, am I eating right? Is my body under too much stress? And maybe I got some allergies I got to be aware of. Is it when I eat shellfish or certain foods that I get more canker sores? I strongly suggest to people if they're getting a lot of canker sores is, one, take a multiple vitamin, any kind of a vitamin, and be conscious of how much stress you're under. Get more sleep if necessary, or try to change your habits a little bit to deal with the stress.
Right.
The next thing is go to a non-foaming SLS-free toothpaste. That'll help make your gums better. And I say get a new toothbrush. I believe that the bacteria, the viruses, sometimes can be on your toothbrushes.
So if you actually have a canker sore, is there anything to help them heal faster that you know of?
Yes, there is. Some people say you should use Listerine or Scope or some kind of alcohol-type mouthwash to try to kill off the bacteria. I'm not sure if I'm really sold on that. They do sell some really cool ointments that have either benzocaine or lidocaine. Those are numbing agents, and I think it's called Orabase. You can put that on a Q-tip and put that in your mouth. That'll make it numb for a couple hours if you're going to give a speech or give a performance and you don't want the canker sore to be acting up. I think a better approach is to use peroxide you get at the pharmacy. It's in a little brown bottle, and cut it 50-50 with water. So it's half water, half oral peroxide, and then you use that on a little Q-tip very gently. That'll help kill some of the germs, the bacterial side of things. So the peroxide water solution helps kill the germs, and it doesn't damage the gums as much as a Listerine will.
It's so interesting to think about all these television commercials about toothpaste, and they're always like, you need the strongest toothpaste possible to kill all those germs. But it's true. You're not only putting the toothpaste on your teeth, which are hard, but you're putting the toothpaste on your gums and the inside of your mouth, which seems to be very sensitive. And it seems like it wouldn't be good to put such harsh chemicals on them.
No, you're absolutely right. And you really have to be careful about that, because getting a good SLS-free toothpaste, and there's a number of them out there. Sensodyne has one. Of course, we have the Vortex color-changing toothpaste for kids. That's SLS-free. I think Tom's of Maine has one. And it's just important to stay away from that SLS. It's just not a good chemical to put on your gums.
Well, thanks so much, Dad. I wish I had this information a couple weeks ago, but now I know for the next time I have a canker sore. Everyone, tune in next week. We will have another delightful topic about some wonder of the universe. All right, thanks so much, Dad.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.